8:48, and now from the Gee and Ursula Show, here he is, G. Scott. So
Good morning.
Did you predict the outcome? I missed it. Your prediction, if you made one. Did you make one?
He predicted they would win.
I predicted they would win.
27-20, I believe, is what we settled on.
Yeah, no
27-20.
No doubt.
They did even better.
Yeah. Listen, y'all, the excitement of the Seahawks winning yesterday felt like that match after you swipe right. You feel me?
Looking forward to it. Yeah.
It was sheer excitement. They went out there and they beat a really good Atlanta Falcons team. They were in the first half. You go back to that half, and you guys know I've simplified it for you. I said you run the ball and you stop the run. That is the recipe for winning football games. Well, in the first half, even though the Seahawks were winning at halftime, the Atlanta Falcons were getting the better of the Seahawks, right? And we'll get to that in a second. But the Falcons rushed for 110 yards in the first half, 90 of them in the second quarter. I mean, Colleen, they were heating up, and I'm like, oh, boy, here we go.
Yeah.
Halftime happens. I was grateful to see that the Seahawks were still winning. I couldn't believe the defense had a bend but don't break type of deal. And what I mean by that is yeah, they were running the ball, but when it got time for the red zone, the Seahawks miraculously would make a stop. Then you get into the second half, and the Seahawks shut all of that down, held them to 40 yards rushing in the second half, got 3 takeaways. They got a fumble recovery, scoop and score. They got 2 interceptions. It was a phenomenal game. I think that this game, like David said, was the most complete game that Mike Macdonald has coached in his short tenure. It was a beautiful thing. Even though I say the Seahawks were going to win, and I'm always going to say they're going to win, I'm going to tell y'all something. Your boy was feeling uncomfortable going into this game.
Mm-hmm. David, do you agree with that?
Yeah, and you know what really brought a smile to my face? Obviously, wanted to see the win. The big sort of defensive touchdown, the strip sack and bringing it in for the touchdown was 2 players mainly, and there's a third player I'm mentioning as well. Derek Hall was one of them. Boye Mafe was the other.
And
then Spoon on the big block. Yeah. Oh. Guess what? The sort of the key that brings all 3 of those players together. They were a result of the Russell Wilson trade. And that gave me a lot of happiness.
Speaking of Russell.
How'd he
Russell,
think? He got his first start in Philly,
he was doing his thing last night. Yeah.
I can't tell if you're being facetious or not.
Okay, good point. In the first half, it was, there's that Russ we've been seeing. And so a lot of people, experts, took this social media. You know how you just get on Twitter, you start just get reckless. They was quiet as a church mouse in the second half because, boy, now to end the first half with Pittsburgh, Russell Wilson threw a dart of a touchdown to Pinkins. And I'm like, is Russell going to come back? Woo, they came back in the second half. So Russ did look good. Anyways, forget them. I want to talk about the Seahawks. The Seahawks are in first place in the NFC West Division.
Good for us.
So just so to let everybody know that,
4-3.
because the Niners couldn't get it done against the Kansas City Chiefs. And the Seahawks have a big game coming up this Sunday against the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen, great quarterback. They just acquired a new wide receiver in Amari Cooper. This Buffalo Bills team is a really good team. But you know what? So are the Seahawks. And they're getting healthier. Right? One more thing. Geno Smith is elite.
Yeah.
He is really, really good. Geno Smith is the boyfriend that the family didn't like. You see what I'm saying? But he actually turns out to be better at life than the whole family.
Yeah.
By the way, another thing, I noticed that Michael Penix came in for the Falcons.
Yeah, he came in. He 1 for 1. He threw a pass for 14 yards. Yeah, towards the end, I think the Atlanta Falcons like, let's put in the rookie.
Yeah. Because
the Seahawks really made Kirk Cousins look stale. And Kirk Cousins has been looking really good, by the way. Before I leave, I just want to ask this. Have any of you been in a situation where your significant other's family didn't like you?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you have?
I don't think so.
Wait, explain.
Well, I mean, it's sometimes a mother-in-law thing. You know, you don't not always on the same page.
Oh.
Oh, so you agree with me that for some reason that whole mother-in-law thing
No, but we learned from that.
Yeah.
And we became great friends.
And you won her over.
You want her over?
Well, she won me.
Who? Oh, she had
It's
to
a
win
mutual
you
winning
over. I was
over.
going to say, who wouldn't like Dave Ross? That's weird.
Oh, it's there are
Burbank,
lots of people.
your significant other's family love you, bruh?
They're probably listening, and no, I think they loved me from the get-go.
He's
Fortunately
a good dude.
for me.
Sully?
He's a good dude, too.
You good?
Oh, yeah. All
Man.
good.
Yeah.
There we go.
You having trouble? What's going on?
Man, I ain't never had it. The good side.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Ain't none of them stand me. For good reason, probably.
Well, that's all right.
Well, we like you, gosh darn it.
I'm the Geno Smith of husbands out here.